almost 6 years ago now. And the original idea started with just a conversation Chris Malloy and I had about making a film about a long road trip, maybe down to Patagonia. We'd all seen Yvon's old movie from
Well, we're going to take some questions, but I know what you all want to hear. Did he get the girl? No, he didn't. No, they're just friends. But she's available. She's descended from those 111 people, so everybody on Rapa Nui is a cousin, so she's looking for somebody from outside.
There's so many stories on this project that we couldn't fit in. One of them was that when we got there, Makohe was engaged to be married in 2 weeks. So she starts hanging out with us, and we needed a girl in the film. And we did the last thing we wanted was just to be a boys club of a story. So after about a week, kind of planted the seed a little bit. Well, why don't you maybe think about coming with us? So anyway, she dumped the guy. Came with us, it didn't look back. So, should we take questions? Great.
We can't see anything here. So.
Yeah.
Is the soundtrack available, or will it be?
Yes, it is. It's distributed by Universal, and I think you can get it just about everywhere, and online too. So.
Are they part of the 1% for the proceeds from the soundtrack?
Yeah. Yeah, it is, because it's a Brushfire Records release, and they're on 1%. That's Jack and Imbit's label. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was your favorite day filming?
Well, it'd be easy to tell you the worst days. I don't know. Your favorite day, Yvon?
Well, he was up on that summit day, so he was there with Jimmy Chin filming that. And that was, it was pretty dangerous, I got to admit. And I was very happy to go down. I could see it coming. I think my favorite day was on that beach eating those clams. Not only the clams, but they had mussels, and they had these opihis, these limpets. They were about that big. And I eat a lot of those in California and in Hawaii and stuff. And these were the sweetest limpets I've ever had in my life. And that kind of seafood, I was in heaven.
That climb was one of the sketchier situations I've ever been in. It was, there was no exaggeration in that film about, needing to come down. We probably pushed it farther than we should have. And I remember rapping down on that thing, and Timmy put in this totally sketchy anchor, and Jimmy and I are standing there clipped into this anchor, and Timmy raps off, and I'm kind of looking at him going down, and So I was on this block that was really wobbly, looking over this drop. So it was sketchy. So I'm trying to think, well, the block's sketchy, but the anchor looks sketchier. So I reached down and I unclipped from the anchor. So I'm just standing there, not clipped in at all. And Jimmy looks at me and goes, what the hell am I supposed to do? And I go, I don't know, dude, figure it out. So he kind of looks over and then he finally unclips. So Timmy makes it all the way down the anchor hole, so we figure, well, it's good to go. So we get down later and Timmy hears that and he's all pissed off at us and he labeled it later brobandiment.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to go wrong. Actually, I'm going back down to Patagonia in March, and there's a big estancia down there, 450,000 acres, and they're raising merino sheep very organically and with really good grazing practices, and he put his land into conservation easements, and we're going to buy wool from him, and he's invited me and some friends and my son to go down and fish. So he's got 2 rivers and a spring creek and a lake, and that's going to be fun. And then we're going to show 180 South in Santiago, and hopefully hopefully we'll get the Chileans to get behind not doing those dams.
Another question?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
That guy.
Hey, thanks for supporting our festival.
I was trying to think how I was going to make a few comments coming up here about the film, and I was thinking of a meeting we had last week. It didn't have anything to do with the film, but it has everything to do with the film. And we had this huddle last week of all the senior vice presidents and CEOs in the company, and Yvon was there. And we're supposed to figure out the strategy for the next 3 years. And the company's really doing well. It's doing better than it's ever done in its history during one of the worst, recessions in the country's history. And everybody's really thankful that we don't take anything for granted. But the guys go through their presentation and show the marketing for the next season, and the catalogs that are coming out, and how they're going to promote this and that for the next holiday season and keep things going as well as they are. So finally they go, what do you think, Yvon? He goes, well, I'm kind of worried about this. He says, I'm kind of worried that you're training all these consumers out there to buy a bunch of shit they don't need. I thought, this isn't just any kind of regular company I'm working for here. I thought you guys would appreciate that anecdote.